Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a Wednesday evening video, right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below, in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Share the video all over the internet. Subscribe to my other channels as well. Don't forget about that. Subscribe to my other channels, which are in the gobbledygook, otherwise known as my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. You can leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos from my respective channels from the past, now, and in the future. Comment below these stupid comments. You get sent to the Shadow Realm, beat severely, and then Ozzy and Satan will just laugh at you and, well, eat your souls. And that's pretty much it. So do that. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because if you miss anything, you're pretty much SOL. I think we all know what that means by now, and if you don't know what it means, oh, you need a life. And that's pretty much it. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish, hit the bell, and all that good shit. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Grab the cold one, as always, and enjoy the show. And if you like it, great. You don't, get out of here. Go watch somebody else. But you people have no brain to do that. Because you can't watch anybody else. Because you're watching me and jerking off at the same time. So, just don't splash on me. So, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. You don't like it? Too bad. I don't care. Moving on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. On your beautiful, warm Wednesday, what's it, Saturday? I wish it was Saturday, but don't we all wish it was Saturday or Friday, whatever day? But it is Wednesday evening, June the 3rd, 2026. Thank you for watching right here on the Peter Joseph channel. I'm Peter Joseph, but you knew that already. But I hope you had a great day. It was warm here in the Northeast tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. Ooh! We're getting another taste of summer, 92 degrees tomorrow. In the shade, and then get a little rain on the weekend. Not going to drown us out too much, but not a great weekend. I mean, you're going to have to dodge some rain, but it's okay. But it's going to get cooler after Saturday, and then cool off a little bit by Monday, and then back into the heat by next week. So we're counting down the weeks till summer. About a little over 2 weeks away from the official start of summer, and then we are a month away from July 4th weekend. Can't wait for that. That's going to be a great weekend. Lots of things to do, barbecues. We got the Nathan's, if you're in New York, got the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Beaches are already going to be open. You can go on the water, get a nice tan, and do whatever you got to do, because it's the summer. And we're cool for the summer, as Demi Lovato used to sing. But good stuff coming up for the summer, and I'll be here throughout most of the summer and into early fall. And then we'll see what happens as we get around Halloween time. And we'll see what happens with that. But hopefully I'll be here throughout the entire year. There might be some changes here and there, and we'll see what happens with that. But we take it one day at a time. I'm not going to go, it's like, oh, I'm going to be away in August, I could not be away in August. You never know that. But I can't announce anything now until, it's not in August yet, but we got that. But, eventually I will taking a little bit of time off in, during the summertime, but you won't know when. But I digress on that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on your Wednesday evening, we got Dynamite coming up, a 2-hour show, thank the Lord. Well, 2+ hours tonight. Next week is Summer Blockbuster. That, I think, might be 3 hours. I don't know, but we'll see what happens with that. But tonight should be a good show. More of the Owen Hart Cup. Tonight, we got, Alex Windsor taking on the wild card. Who could that be? Well, might be Mercedes Moné. Could be Hikaru Shida. Could be Statlander. Could be Britt Baker making her long-awaited comeback. Who knows? It could be, her name is Rio, and she dances on my lap. And when she's done, she goes and takes a nap. Pretty much. Not Io. I said Rio. No, not the tag team Rio. The other cute Japanese chick named Rio. So, That's another guy's wife, by the way. But I digress on him. But we move on. So it should be a good show for 2+ hours on the great station of TBS. So that's coming up in a little bit. And we move on with that. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, everything I'm going to tell you right now is going to happen right now. But what happened then? I don't know. You missed it. Go fuck yourself. But we move on with that. But it is time for your really fucking late and really out of date. We got a triple header for you guys today, because I didn't do this last week, and I'm catching up with this video with AEW. Because I only did Double or Nothing. I didn't even get to Dynamite Collision and, well, both collisions for last week coming out of Double or Nothing. So, we have that. So, it is time for your long and out-of-date AEW Dynamite and W Pleasure, W Fun Collision reviews. Or reviews! For May 27th was Dynamite and Collision for May 27th, and the live collision on May the 30th. So, we got a lot. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm just going to nitpick a little bit. So, get that. Alright, so Dynamite and Collision, 3-hour show. We're from the home of Extreme Championship Wrestling. And that's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. No, not at the 2300 Arena. We are at the Accurst Center, the other building, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that fucking shithole that it is. And as always, our commentary team of the man behind the mask, Excalibur, the man from Red Hook, brother. His name is Pete, by the way. But his given, well, that's his given name, but his wrestling name is the man from Red Hook, Taz, brother. His real name is Pete. Because, everybody named Pete is... Some people named Pete are great. I'm great, because it's me. Because I'm Italian. You're not. Taz isn't even Italian. I don't even know what nationality he is. I think he might be Italian. Who knows? But his name is Pete. His real name is Pete. I've got his last name, but... Anyway. So we got Excalibur, Taz, and the legendary, my good buddy, Tony Baloney Schiavone, or Schiavone for you people that love Jericho. Alright, we got that. So this is the official fallout from Double or Nothing. So we get a little recap of that. Then we get a promo from Will Ospreay. Reach for the sky. Whoa! Bam! Alright, so he's happy with his win in the tournament over Samoa Joe, who's out for months because he's filming Twisted Metal. So we won't see him for a few months. I think he's coming back maybe in September. I think for maybe All Out. Maybe he'll be back by Wrestle Dream. Who knows? But so Ospreay's happy with his win in the tournament. Goes to the semifinals. Then he goes into the trainer's room and runs into Kenny Omega. Bang! And to get right to the point. Kenny asks why you're hanging out with the Death Riders. Then he's like, I told you could have trained with me if you wanted to win the world title so bad. But Ospreay points out that you're barely ever here. You're always in Japan, hanging out with Ibushi or whatever you're fucking doing in Japan, playing video games, hyping up video games and all that other shit. You're barely ever on Dynamite. He's like the John Cena of AEW. You can see him most of the time. You can't see me. Right now, go shovel. Hey, kids. So Kenny's without much of a defense, but as a friend, he wants Ospreay to watch out for the Death Riders, because they're going to turn on him anyway. So Ospreay doesn't seem offended by that. And then, John Moxley, the Continental Breakfast of Champions champion, he comes in and says, hey, that's good advice, Kenny. And then he gives Ospreay a big bag of ice put on his neck and says, we'll be waiting in the truck outside. So Ospreay's like, okay, I'll see you later. And Moxley leaves, and then Kenny says, you can call me anytime. And then they part seemingly as friends. You can call me. Maybe. Call you? I can't stand you, you know? MySpace, Kenny! By the way, the Bucks did a live stream today. That was a good live stream. That's a good live stream. They gotta do BTE karaoke again. I'm sorry. I think all of us missed that. They only did it twice, I believe, in the history of BTE. I think they only did 2 episodes of BTE karaoke. One with Kenny, and one with Kenny, and then we all know the one with Adam Cole, baby! Look at that. Alright, so we move on with that. Alright, then Kevin Knight, the TNT champion, he comes out and kind of addresses what he did to Darby Allin. How you doing, guys? Ha ha! I just want to get it all. I'm so fucking emo. Out of here. So he comes out, says, you know, sitting on the bench, even though I'm not a bench player, not wasting my time because I should be in the main event. You know, Darby defending against, I think, Speedball, Mike Bailey, or whatever. No, it wasn't on Speedball. I forget who's, I know he's fighting, I think. I forget. But anyway. So he comes out, explains what he did to Darby. And speaking of Speedball, he comes out in a nice jacket, even though it looked like a gi. I wonder where we got that. I don't think that's from the Men's Warehouse. Because when you go to the Men's Warehouse, you can get better looking suits than that. And when you go, you might like the way you look. I don't know if they're guaranteed, but when I go, they guarantee it. Because when you look good, you feel good. That's a commercial. Trademarked and copyrighted by me and the missus, by the way. Because nobody can ever use that now. Even if Mike the Situation used it. I perfected it. So, yeah, Mikey Sorrentino, yeah, Sitch. Don't use it ever again, because that's copyright now. Pay me now, bitch. Moving on. Alright, so Speedball wants Kevin Knight to apologize. Kevin Knight's like, I'm not gonna do it. And then, you know, he was like, I'm not gonna shake your hand either. Then he laid him out. Smart heel. So we'll see what happens tonight. We got their match coming up for the TNT title tonight. See who wins that. Obviously it's gonna be Kevin Knight, but we'll see what happens to that. Alright, then we got Ricochet, the bald idiot, with the demand Bishop Quan! I do not Quan! And Toa Leona. They're not worried about Chris Jericho coming up. Another match with Jericho and Ricochet. It's like that 3rd or 4th match. And you don't count Stadium Stampede. And everyone is banned from the ring. Okay. So we get to the match. Match was pretty decent. But we get to the end. Jericho, Ricochet does a springboard Phoenix Splash. Inventive for a near fall. Jericho gets right back up with another Walls of Jericho. But Ricochet goes after the banged up knee. That I think Jericho hurt, after Stadium Stampede, because he put himself through a table like an idiot. You know, even though he was paying tribute to Sabu! Stay there. Sorry. So, Ricochet then uses the ref as a distraction, hits Jericho in the balls. Goes to the 630, missed. No one in pool for you, bald fuck. And then Jericho hits the code breaker for a near fall. And then we get a quick Judas Effect elbow into a sloppy lion salt. 1, 2, 3. Jericho gets the win in just under 14 minutes. Good match. And that was it. Then after the match, as Jericho's celebrating, we got the Psycho Killer! Tommaso Ciampa. He comes in, jumps from behind, hits the meat in the middle, running knee strike, leaves Jericho laying in the middle of the ring. And then he goes on Collision this past Saturday, and cuts a freaking epic promo about, you know, how Jericho had the 1001 moves of doom. Well, Ciampa upped that to 1004 reasons why I don't like Jericho. And he didn't go through the commercial break like, you know, Jericho did in WCW against Dean Malenko. Dino Machino. Move number 1, armbar. Move number 2, arm ringer. Move number 3, arm something. And Ciampa's like, oh, you know, I hate Jericho. He's a prick. He's a bitch. He's a moron. Man, we move on. That. Alright, Andrade El Idolo, a good friend, he wants the world title because he's that, well, I gotta say this. I know he's gonna show up. He's that awesome, he's better than MJF, and he knows it. He ain't better than me! Oh, god damn it, Mike. Ah! I'm sorry. I heard you say awesome. I thought you would. I forget. I'm sorry. It's okay, Mike. It's my screw up. It's my screw up, okay? It's okay. You're a cool guy. I forgive you. Because you're my friend. And I care about you. No, I mean not like that. You know, okay. Calm down, Mike. But you're more awesome than pretty much everybody in the freaking entire wrestling world. Yeah, I know, because I'm awesome. I should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know why I'm not. I don't know why either, Mike. I just don't know. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna put old people through the flaming table. Okay, calm down. Alright, you wanna say goodbye? Bye! Okay, get out of here. Thank you. He just comes out. Not like that, you idiots. Anyway. Alright, so after that, get to a fatal four-way match, for no apparent reason. We got 1/3 of the AEW Trios champions, the gimmick stealer himself, Orange Cassidy, takes on Gozer the Gazarian, Leo Rush, the Swolverine, Brian Cage, and, well, from LFI, Los Ingobernables, de Mexico, or whatever you want to call them. And that's the man named Rush. So we have Rush and Rush. Kind of feels like a Mega Man game. I mean, it's Rush in Mega Man, but some translations it's Rush. In Japan, I think. But we move on. And by the way, you must read the board essay. You get the odds. That's that. Oh, by the way, somebody said that my Mexican impression is bad and it's racist. You do know the wifey is Mexican. She don't care. And I have Mexican friends, and I do my Eddie Guerrero impression in front of them. They don't care. They don't care. They think it's hilarious. So, shut the fuck up, ese perro! You pendejo! Put my foot up your culo! Toma! Okay. Stop that. Alright, moving on. Alright, so this was an actual pretty good Fatal 4-Way match. Leo Rush doing his Gozer the Gazarian garbage. Precious! Stuff like that. Brian Cage. The freaking beast that he is, and Orange Cassidy being an asshole. I like the interaction between Orange Cassidy and Leo Rush, and Orange Cassidy's like, what the fuck? He got scared. Wouldn't you? If, Gozer Gazarian was right in front of you? Right? When somebody tells you if you're a god, you say, yes! I couldn't. Shut up! Fucking Ray. Don't be a Ray. Okay? Do not be a Ray. And if your name is Ray, fuck you. I don't even know anybody named Ray, to be honest with you, besides Rey Mysterio. Well, fuck that guy. Right, Eddie? Oh, I hate that guy, pendejo! Cablon. Okay, calm down. So we get that. Getting to the end, Leo Rush hits the final, goes to the final hour and miss. No one in the proof for you, Gozer. And then, Bruce sends him into the barricade, ow, and then starts choking him a little bit. Choking him a little bit. Then he says something for the booze horns, you get the booze. You get the horns, I say. You mess with me, and you get the horns, I say. So he gets the win. Pretty decent match. We move on with that. That's that. Alright, then we're back. Maxwell Jacob Fart Knocker, the AEW champ, beating Darby at Double Nothing. He runs into Kevin Knight, thanks him for the beatdown on Sunday with Darby. So Kevin Knight says, I'm coming for your belt too, don't forget. So I don't know where he sit well with Max. And then the Proto Star! Kyle Fletcher comes in and stares Kevin Knight down a little bit. Like, that's my title, you dummy. Yeah. And then Don Callis like, penis head that he is. But we move on. So, looks like we're going to get Kevin Knight and Kyle. Almost said Whitey. Kyle Fletcher. Pretty soon. Alright, then we get a nice video for the funky chicken himself, Mark Briscoe. Including some Old school Briscoe Brothers footage from past Ring of Honor stuff. Oh, that was nice. Paying homage to the great man upstairs. That's you, Jay Briscoe. Hey, reach for the sky, boy. We miss Jay. I think we all miss Jay. But Mark, he's done well since Jay passed away a couple years ago. We got that. Alright, then we get the Brawling Birds. We got Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor. They talked about losing on Sunday in that Fatal 4-Way match with Dekla and Sheeta. Well, actually, not Sheeta. Sorry, Jamie Hayter losing to Sheeta, to Dekla, because she was in the match with Sheeta and Statlander, who cancel each other out. But Alex Windsor is ready for the wild card in the Women's Owen Cup quarterfinals. It could be Mercedes tonight. She is coming back pretty soon. It could be tonight. Imagine if it's not her. Who is it going to be? Ruby Soho? Maybe. Britt Baker? Maybe. Dakota Kai? Maybe. I heard people say Nyla Rose. I'm like, what? Nyla Rose? We haven't seen her in like a year and a half? I don't know why Tony Khan ain't using her. She's just sitting at home doing nothing. Britt Baker the same way. Because you have people in the AEW, you still have a contract, they're just sitting at home on their ass. Collecting a nice fat paycheck. I wish I was them. Technically, I do collect a paycheck and I sit at home on my ass, but I do stuff. So, because I have I work in music, so. Thank you. Moving on. Alright. Then MJF comes back out to the ring, more bragging, pleased with being a three-time world champ. And by the time he's 30 years old, I think he's 30 now, and they will talk about him for years to come, obviously. Then we get his banner from the ceiling, confetti falls, and then Mark Briscoe comes out, tears down the freaking banner, almost took down the freaking set that came with it. I was like, shit, that came down. Oh, that could have been really, really bad. Because, the fans are, like, right there. Almost, like, right there. The thing's, like, right here. It's, like, right near the ring. That could have been really bad, Mark. Come on, be easy. So, basically, he calls MJF a stranger in a strange place. Hey, Stranger in a Strange Land by Iron Maiden? Good song. Eddie! And then he calls him, almost like a, stranger in a strange place here in Philly. Almost like he's a penguin. Don't call me penguin! Call me Oswald Cobblepot. Alright, so Mark accuses Max of thinking he's above everybody, but Mark beat him not too long ago, so he wants his title shot, and asks if you're gonna man up, no pun intended, and then Max like, no, because this is a business, and you're not best for business, per se. So Max goes to lead, gets cut up by Bruce on the stage. He wants a title shot. We get that tonight. He's like, nope, not now, but you get it next week. So is Mark going to come out and cause some chicanery? Or maybe. So a lot of challenges from Max as we get into Forbidden Door, as we get to Redemption in July, at the end of July, as we get into the end of August, which is All In, the big one, the WrestleMania, basically. And then we got All Out, which is in, I think, sometime in September. So we're going to see what happens with Max, and that's it. That too, excuse me. Alright, then we get Jungle Jack Perry. He's on his bus with Luchasaurus, using a loudspeaker to say he's ready for Mark Davis in the first round of the tournament, not for the national title. Then we see him do a Rocky-style training montage where he's drinking freaking egg yolks and stuff like Rocky did in Rocky 2. Then he's running all the way up to the museum like Rocky did, go up the stairs. If you haven't done that, you need to do that. I've done it. It's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of stairs. But I digress. We move on. Alright, then we get to the men's side of the Owen Hart tournament. Claudio Castagnoli, the Swiss, takes on Brody King. Big beefy man slapping meat. But in the end, Claudio goes for Swiss death. Gets struggled up by Brody. Then he hits a big Lariato. 1, 2, of all things, a Lariato wins it. 1, 2, 3. So Brody will face Swerve in the second round. That should be fun. No, wait, does he face... Oh, who's he facing in the next round? I forget. I think he does face Swerve. Oh, he faces somebody. I lost my... I don't have my bracket at hand. Get that. Alright, then it's time for the 5-second pose with the new tag team champions, Edge and Christian, or Threshold and Cage. Talk about Double or Nothing. And then Christian knows up his catchphrase, it's like, shut up while I handle my business, while I conduct my business. And then Edge's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize I banged some of these people's moms. Or maybe I actually did. I'm like, shit. Those moms in Philly are pretty filthy, if you know what I mean. Filthy MILFs. But I digress. We get that. Alright, so they say, so Edge says, FTR, you're the top team, but not the tippy top team. And he's like, we're gonna bring back the 5-second pose. Christian's like, I'm not doing it. And then Edge whips out a bag of disposable cameras circa 1995. Well, 25 years ago, 2001, I guess. So he dumps it in the ring, he gives it to fans, and then they're like, and Crazy's like, holy crap, you got those? That was funny. And then they're about to do the pose, and then they get attacked by the War Dogs, Clark Connors, and David Finlay. David Finlay hits, I think he hit Cage with the shillelagh, bust him up, and then they take Christian's bad forearm again, and then he, bam, whack it with a shillelagh on the steps. Ow. They did a number on him, and then they leave him laying, then they promise to win the tag belts, and then they do the pose themselves. We'll see what happens with that, and we move on. Alright, Swerve's happy with winning his first round match. He's going to take out Brody in the second round. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we got TJ in a basic squash match against Ava Everett and Allie Katch. I know you. And TJ wins in basically 73 seconds with the Gory Bomb into Ty Mello's Go to Hell. Or the TKO, whatever she calls that. 73-second match. And then we get a promo from the tag champs, Mega Bane and Lena Cross. They had that match this past Saturday. 5-minute challenge. And TJ went the limit. They went to 5 minutes. And I think tonight they get the AEW Women's Tag Team title shot against Divine Dominion. Are we going to win? No. Probably not. Well, we'll see. Moving on. Alright, then we see Speedball Mike Bailey wants to face Kevin Knight. Get that tonight, obviously. Alright, then we got Mark Davis and Jack Perry, a rematch from Fairway to Hell. They're not for the AEW National titles, for a spot in the semifinals of the Owen Hart tournament. Pretty good match. But in the end, they go up top, and Mark Davis knocks Jack Perry the fuck out. Then hits a super power driver. 1, 2, 3. Mark Davis goes to the second round, and he will face Ocean Spray in a rematch from the Dynamite, where he kind of sort of re-injured Ocean Spray, where Ocean Spray could not continue because Mark Davis pretty much beat his ass and gave him a power driver on the apron. And then they couldn't finish. Ocean Spray couldn't finish the match. The referee called it off. Even though Ocean Spray says, I could have went another 5 minutes, but for safety reasons, they stopped the match. So Davis won that match. So now it's a rematch. I think tonight, or I don't know when that match is. Maybe next week, or on Collision this week. So we got that. So Dynamite, I thought was pretty decent. Nothing great about it, but I give it 7.25 out of 10 stars. Alright, now we're going to go to Collision, which came right after that. And I know we got about 5 minutes to the new episode of Dynamite. Why didn't I get this? Alright, so we're going to try to get... I forgot, I thought I had my notes ready, but I guess not. Alright, so we're going to go to Dynamite real quick from... Right after Collision, right after Dynamite, this was an okay show. We started off with Mark Davis throwing Jack Perry out the ring. Don Callis threatens Ocean Spray. Let me get my notes correct. Alright, threatens Ocean Spray, who is his next opponent. With that out of the way, Don Callis insults the new Intercontinental Champion, Kazuki Takeshita, who was not even anything compared to Kyle Fletcher, who comes out, the Proto Star, in pink, of course. Gets a big hug from Don Callis. Brags about being back from a serious leg injury. He avoided surgery by that much. He would have been out 6 to 12 months. But thankfully, he didn't need surgery. He just was out for like a month or so. He says, I'm a genetic freak, Scott. Oh, boy. I'll make him bleed. Oh, I know, Scott. Calm down. I know he's not a freak like you. He doesn't take steroids like you. Oh, what? I'm sorry. So he's officially medically cleared to return to the ring. He wanted to get back to cut away the dead weight of the Don Callis family, which means Takeshita himself. Takeshita comes out with the conglomeration. Now he's part of the conglomeration? What? Huh? Makes no sense. They clear the ring, and then Takeshita gets on the mic. He says, I'm glad to have my belt back. And he wants Kyle Fletcher. He's like, I'm interested. I don't know if Takeshita's going to hold that belt for long. The way that's going. Playing hot potato with that goddamn fucking belt. Let me move on with that. So that's going to be a great match. Takeshita versus Fletcher. Epic. Let me move on. Alright, Will Ospreay's fight up for a 6-man tag team match coming up next. And then Marina Shafir and Moxley are cool with that. Pac doesn't look too thrilled. So we got Moxley, Ocean Spray, and Pac, basically, taking on the Rascals of Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz, and Myron Reed. This was a fun match. Nothing great about it, about 10.5 minutes. We're getting to the end. They go to the outside. Pac and Ocean Spray hit stereo running flippy dippity doos. Back in the ring, Myron Reed ducks Moxley's clothesline, hits a jumping giddy kata! Bang! And then Ocean Spray and Pac are back in to beat on pretty much the rest of the Rascals, setting up a triple submission for a triple tap out, which is rare. You don't see that. Basically, it was Ocean Spray making Myron Reed tap out to the cross arm breaker. I guess they counted that, because I guess Ocean Spray was a legal man. I don't know. But we get that. So, the Death Riders and Ocean Spray get the win. A pretty decent match, and that's that. Alright, then we're in the back with the Ops, Samoa Joe. They sent for the man! Hook's here. And Anthony Bowens, I think Shibata was there too. So, basically they say, even though things didn't go well at Double or Nothing, the mission doesn't change. With that being said, Samoa Joe's like, I'm gonna go away for a few months because I gotta film Twisted Metal Season 2, I think. So they're disbanding the Ops, but I guess Hook's still gonna be in charge, and it's gonna be him, Bowens, and Shibata possibly going after the Trios titles for either AEW Trios titles or the Ring of Honor Trios titles. Not that I care, but we got that. Moving on. Alright, then we got a video for the main event of Collision, that Philly street fight between Statlander and Cheetah, with both of them talking about how sick they are of each other. Okay, we got that. Alright, Lena Cross and Megan Bayne have laid out TJ in the back. That leads to Saturday's match. Alright, then we get Andrade taking on Ace Austin. Good match. Andrade with another one of his selfie poses to some lovely lassie who basically climbed on his back, and then Andrade just pulled her over the freaking barricade. Took a picture with her, then he picked her up, put her back over the guardrail. I'm like, hey, security! You got an 18-year-old chick here. Something like that. So, in the end, Andrade wins with the DM, or the message, basically. 1, 2, 3, he gets the win. Pretty good match there. And move on. Then we get to the main event. Anything goes. Philly street fight. Candlesticks, chairs, light tubes. What? Light tubes? I'm like, oh shit. Somebody call Brett Lauderdale's GCW. They're selling his light tubes. So we get that. And Statlander was busted wide open. Her back was bleeding like crazy. But we're getting to the end, and they fight to the apron. Statlander hits a tombstone pile driver, puts Cheetah through the table, and then Cameron comes out to cheer on her bestie, I guess now her bestie, Statlander, who is Saturday Night Fever, or Wednesday Night Fever on Cheetah. 1, 2, 3, in just under 16 minutes, she gets the win. Pretty violent match. Not too violent, but you get that. You must see the board and say you'll get the horns! Rouge is cutting a promo on MJF right now. He says he's gonna die in a ring. And if that's what it takes, it's for my people in Mexico, ese. It's my family, my familia. It's for my pride, ese. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. Did he say the NWA World Title? Well, maybe he said it like it said AEW. Oh! Max just came in and slapped the taste out of his mouth. We got a fight! Ah! We got chaos in the back, ladies and gentlemen. MJF and Rouge are fighting in the back. I think Max called Rouge a matador. So we got a fight right before the main event. Holy shit. We're starting off Dynamite from Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, in the Stuart C. Siegel Center. So we're starting off crazy on a wild night in Virginia, the hometown of the Cowboy, Adam Page. We haven't seen him in a while. What happened to Adam Page? Is he back home? I guess he's back home taking care of his kid and his hot wife too. I don't know when we're gonna see Adam Page. I know he's not hurt. I don't think. I think he's just taking a lot of time off. So we got that. So we'll see what happens if Adam Page shows up sometime soon. Alright, so that's part 1 of Collision. And now we're going to get to part 2 of Collision from this past Saturday, May 30th, the live show. Okay, that's wrong notes. I loaded up my NXT review. I'm not going to do that later. But, so we got that. Alright, so we're going to get to Collision. Where's my Collision notes? There it is. Wow, we got into another promo with Rouge? I guess that was a pre-tape promo with Rouge and Max, arguing. Now we got Rouge and Andrade talking. It's a no count-out match, I think. So that's kind of weird. So, Andrade talking in Spanglish. He's telling Rouge, do it for La Laza. So he's giving Rouge a pep talk. And he says, we could be champions since he's the IWGP Global Champion. And basically, he does Rouge's epic catchphrase, you mess with the board, I say you get the horns. So I guess we're going to get this match now? I thought it was going to be the main event. I guess not. We got Bryce Remsburg in the ring. He's not the senior ref, though, but it's really Aubrey Edwards, I think, is the senior ref. Yeah, it's a no count out for the AEW World Title to start the show. So either this is going to be, it's going to end in some type of chicanery, and then they do something at the end of the show, or maybe Otis Ray ends the show against Mark Davis. I don't know how Tony Khan's booking tonight, but we got Rouge coming out, El Matador. No, not the guy, Chico Santana's gimmick. Oh, the flying jalapeno! Let me move on. Alright, so let's talk about Collision real quick from March 29th. I thought it was the 30th, but whatever. May 30th, that was right. May 30th. Alright, this time we are live from the Pros Arena in Huntsville, Alabama. Nowhere near Greensboro, Alabama. The hometown of Mr. Forrest Gump. My girl Janet, she's a slut. Pretty much. Alright, so we started off the live collision with Takeshita thanking the conglomeration for having his back on Dynamite. Promises this isn't over with the Don Callis family. And then he gets his own backpack where he can put his title in. So technically he's part of the conglomeration now. Why? How many people are in the conglomeration already? We got Mark Briscoe, Takeshita, Kyle O'Reilly, Roddy, Orange Cassidy, Willow. We got like 6, 7, you got Ishii, not Ishii, it's Ishii. Technically, you have Renee Paquette. Technically, she's not really in it, but she thinks she's in it. So look at that, we're like 6 people in the conglomeration now. I mean, there's too many people in factions, man. Come on. I mean, the Don Callis family has like 15 million people in it. It's insane. Alright, so we get that. Then we get to the AEW Trios titles on the line. We got the conglomeration of Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roddy! Taking on the Don Callis family of Lance Archer. Everybody dies. And Roppongi Vice, Trent, and Rocky Romero, that's it. And decent match. Getting to the end. And Orange Cassidy is put onto Lance Archer's shoulder for a spinning DDT, but Rocky Romero gives him a running slice bread number 2. Then Trent Beretta adds a delayed pound driver for a near fall. And then he goes for a second one. That gets countered with a backdrop. And then Rocky Romero gets caught with a gut buster. And then Lance Archer gets choked out by I don't know who. And then Orange Cassidy's top rope. Macho Man elbow. We didn't even know he didn't look like it. Alright, so we get the big match intros from Justin Roberts. And now MJF's telling Justin Roberts to make fun of Virginia. He put the virgin in Virginia. Well, it is Virginia, basically. Because they're all virgins down there. I've been down there, but, not for vacation and go to Busch Gardens and stuff like that, but I think it's still there. I think Busch Gardens is still in Virginia, right? Should be. I went on a couple of rides in Virginia, little lightning loops, and I went on the Big Bad Wolf. I don't even know if that's even still there. I haven't been to Busch Gardens in so long. So I don't know if any of those rides that I used to go on, like 20 some odd years, almost 30 years ago, are still there. Probably not. I went on this one ride. It's like, you go inside, and there's like a big ship, and then you have this screen, and you're like going down underwater and shit. I'm like, oh shit. Why did I get on this ride? We're going down underneath the water, we're going flying, I'm like, whoa, and the thing, you're sitting down, and you have your seatbelt on, and you're moving around, you're not going upside down or anything, you're like moving around, it's fun, it's a fun ride. But then, it ends, and I'm trying to leave, and I'm stuck in the freaking seat. I'm like, hey, and everybody's leaving, I'm like, hey, I can't get out of here! Thankfully, one of my friends who I was with, got me out of the freaking thing. Like, fuck, get me out of this thing. Let's do it again. No. You get that. Getting in the end, and, top rope elbow by Orange Cassidy. 1, 2, 3 to retain the AEW, Trios Tag Team titles in a little over 11.5 minutes. It was a good match, not that. Alright, Divine Dominion, Megan Bayne and Lita Cross. They basically do a video where they just show how dominant they are, and they're going to take on TJ for those women's tag, I should say non-title 5-minute match, like I said before, and TJ get the win. We're going to get that match tonight for the AEW Trios titles. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we got a long-as-fuck recap of Dynamite Collision from the last Wednesday. And then Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer. He comes out, and like I said, he does his 1004 reasons why he hates Jericho, which include Fozzy sucks, a lot of light bright jackets, the Jericho cruises, And he goes on and on and on. Arm bars. That was funny. And then Ciampa hates that full head of hair that Jericho has as well. And Jericho needs to understand that this is some happiness, nostalgia tour. And he promises to take Jericho out. Shit. So we get all that. And we move on. You're missing your boy, you get the horse. Oh, wait. Ah, damn. He's going for that shotgun knee strike against the barricade. And MJF tripped him like the Raven tripped right into the freaking chair. And now MJF's going and Yakuza kick right against the barricade, and he throws him over the timekeeper's area. I wouldn't be surprised if Rouge is busted open from that shit. Because he tripped right into that chair like Raven would do to Tommy Dreamer a lot. And now Rouge is back sitting down in the barricade. I don't know if Max is going to do this again. He's lining him up. No new kids. Aye! Rouge backdropped him over the timekeeper's area onto the table, which did not break. I am the table! And then Rouge stands on top of the regular announce table as we go to picture-in-picture. It kind of broke, it kind of just fell. It didn't break, it just fell. So, I am the table. I am the half-broken table. And everybody's chanting for Bruce. And that's pretty much it. Alright, back to Collision we go. Maya World takes on Hazuki with Persephone, the CMLL Women's Champion, on commentary. They're going to fight tonight in the quarterfinals of the Owen Hart Women's Tournament. So, this is a pretty decent match. And then Persephone takes us a break in Spanish. Lucha libre to the mundo, televisión excelente! Okay. No, doesn't say that. Hazuki gets the win after a Codebreaker out the corner, such a top rope backsplash. Almost like where Shotzi Blackheart hits, that bonsai, or not the bonsai, but the backsplash, the ball pit she hits. And she's won titles with that. So Hazuki gets the win, and then in a pretty decent match with Maya World, who's been doing some good stuff in Ring of Honor, this close to beating Athena, not once but twice, especially in that Survival of the Fittest match. But still, Athena's still your champion. We get that. And then after the match, Persephone gets in the ring, they have a stare down. We'll see what happens tonight on the program. Alright, then we go to commentary. Tony Baloney Schiavone with a nice tribute to the late, great Dennis Condrey, who lived in Huntsville, Alabama, and Bobby Eaton, beautiful Bobby, who also was from Huntsville, Alabama. Nice little moment for the original Midnight Express before Stan Lane came in. That was nice. That was very nice, sad that Dennis Condrey passed away a couple months ago, and Bobby Eaton died a couple of years ago. Stan Lane, I think, is still alive. And we all know Mr. Corny's still around. And the Midnight Express, I believe, are in the WWE Hall of Fame. I think all of them were in the Hall of Fame. I think. I gotta look that up, but anyway. Who knows? That was a nice moment for Dennis Condrey and the Midnight Express. One of the greatest tag teams of all time. Not the greatest, but one of. And that's that. Alright, then we get the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Lee Moriarty. He's been the Ring of Honor World Champion for 2 years almost. Wow. So we got a almost 4-year champion of Athena, and then Banditos held that world title for over a year. I guess about not a year, almost getting close to 6 months, I think. I gotta look that up. Pretty much half a year right now, and now Lee Moriarty's been like the Pure Champion for almost 2 years. So if you want to go to Ring of Honor and you want to win a title, go ahead, because you'll never defend it. Yay! But Tony Khan can't book Ring of Honor. He can't. Well, you think everybody that's in Ring of Honor that has titles, they don't defend them. That's why we see 4-year champions, 2-year champions, 6 months. And Gianna Prazo, it's the women's Pure Champion, held that for close to 6 months. The Outrunners just won the trios titles at Double or Nothing. So No, not Supercard, I mean. I think it was Supercard or Double or Nothing they won it. So, they've held that for a couple weeks. That's the only team in Ring of Honor that's held the title for a couple weeks. You know, you got AR Fox, who's held that TV title for about almost a month. And then Red Velvet just won it back. She's held it for a few months. So, you know, but you rarely see a title match on Ring of Honor TV, and most of the time, it's on pay-per-view, or on the AEW pay-per-view, which it shouldn't be. And we're gonna get maybe some on Forbidden Door. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Somebody's busted open. Oh, Rouge is busted open. Blood, motherfuckers! We got that. I don't know how, I guess that happened on the outside. When Rouge was on the outside, he got tripped, and he got busted wide open. Now he's going to town. Got the sangla, esse, the sangla. That's blood for you fuckers at home. Nice ripcord German suplex into like a drop kick. 1, 2, and no. Max is probably going to retain here. There's no way Rouge is going to win this. He is not gushing blood. He's got that nice little crimson mask on him. That's good. Alright, so speaking of Lee Moriarty, he takes on this some schmuck named Tim Bosby with the big man, Shane Taylor, on commentary. And he beats him in 94 seconds. Wasn't even a pure rules match. He wins with a Border City stretch, make him tap out. That's pretty much it. Move on. And then after the match, Shane Taylor approaches, come in, praise Lee Moriarty, insult the fans in Alabama. Then the Death Riders come out for their match against the Infantry, Carly Bravo, and the Captain, Sean Dean. So they come out, and they had this, it's a trios match, I believe. So we have Moxley, Pac, let me see, I'm trying to, read my notes. I know it's Wayne Shafir, and Christian XO at ringside. Oh, I want to know. I think they did they go on? Not really. I mean, they kind of had a stare down, but nothing really came out of that. No, it was a tag team match because Shane Taylor was on commentary. He got off commentary to punch Moxley in the face, but Pac hits a big gladiato, and then Mox with a Death Rider on Carly Bravo. In 11 minutes, they get the win. Decent match. That's it. Shane Taylor was pretty good on commentary, by the way. Not great, but if he puts in a little bit of practice, he can be pretty good. He can take Riccaboni's job, hopefully. I should be taking his job. Right, Tony Khan? You know it. You know it. Riccaboni knows it, and even Mapesta. Caprice Coleman knows it. He knows it. He knows I am the golden voice and the silver tongue of commentary. And the silver tongue of the ladies, right? She knows it. Yeah, you do know it. That's right, you do know it. Now go cook my dinner, please. Please. Thank you. If I don't say please, I won't have my dinner. I'll have it all on my face later. That's what she said. Anyway. Alright, then we get the Triangle of Madness. Decla, the AEW Women's Champion, and Sky Blue, and the lovely my girl Julia Hart. They talk about Decla retaining the belt, and then Sky Blue's like, I want a title shot. And there's a little dissension in the Triangle of Madness. Or are they just, they're just tricking us? We're just talking crazy now. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, Decla does need challenges right now, so there's nobody left. Almost. We get that. Alright, then goes to the Gazarian with an umbrella. My umbrella, Ella, He scares the conglomeration away. Sheesh. Gozer with a freaking umbrella, like it's gonna hurt somebody. What are you, Marty Scurll all of a sudden? I think he was doing his best Marty Scurll impersonation. Whoop, whoop, No, I didn't do a Juggalos impression. That's Marty Scurll's like, too sweet. Whoop, whoop. I miss Marty. Marty's a good friend of mine. I have pictures with him, too, when he was, before the whole Me Too and stupid shit. that whole Me Too gimmick thing with Matt Riddle got involved, Joey Ryan. A whole bunch of people got blacklisted, even freaking Elgin. Now, Marty Scurll, I don't know. I don't even think he can come back to a major promotion for what happened like 6-7 years ago. I mean, get over it. Let Marty come back to AEW. Be with the Elite. That would be epic. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Move on. Alright, then we have the War Dogs, Clark Connors, and David Finlay. They come out, they throw out some more disposable cameras, I guess there was some left, for their 5-second pose because Alabama is too stupid to use smartphones. They're dumb, I don't know how to use a phone. Mama always said, we used to use the telephone back in Greensboro. We didn't have smartphones. We used a regular telephone to take pictures. Stupid is, stupid does, sir. Alright. So they do the pose for guns down, and then the guns, the Bang Bang Gang, the Austin and Colton Gunn, the Bang Bang Club, they come out, they have a match with the War Dogs, so it was pretty good, but in the end, we get a shillelagh shot to the jaw of Austin Gunn, knocked in for a loop. And then a spear by Clark Connors. 1, 2, 3, the War Dogs get the win over the Bang Bang Gang. Meh. John Moxley on commentary. Interesting. I don't know what that about, but okay. And then after the match, the War Dogs stay on them, and then the rest of the Bang Bang Gang come in for the save. So we get that. I think it was Juice Robinson and Ace Austin coming for the save. So what happens with that. You get the horns! Bush hit the Bull's horns. He's gonna win the match. He's gonna win the title. Well, he pinned him right near the ropes. Rouge, you idiot! You freaking idiot! You should have pulled him into the middle of the ring, and I bet you he would have won the belt. Max got his hand on the rope, and now Rouge is like grabbing Bryce Remsburg. He's like pushing him back. I thought he DQ'd him. There was no count out. So, I mean, you can win by pinfall, submission, or DQ. Ow! Rouge was going for, I think, a power driver on the apron, and Max, I think, hit him in the arm, and something happened to Rouge's like shoulder. He's like, fuck, yes it, my shoulder, that's it. Yeah, he's grabbing his elbow area, his shoulder area. Might have separated his shoulder somehow. I must have missed that during the match. So Max is in the drop zone again for the Bull's horns. You get the horns, I say! We do it again! Aye! Aye, aye, aye! He went for the Bull's horns and completely missed and went through the barricade. Ow! Damn, this is a good match. A lot of people say, this sucks! No, it's been pretty good. A little bit of blood. Rouge taking Max to pretty much his limit and maybe beyond. I don't know what Max is doing. He moves some of the barricade away. Now, what is he doing? No, not a tombstone on the floor. Tombstone. Wait, he's going for the tombstone. Can he get it? He's trying to I can't get him up. He's sandbagging him. Ow! On the broken barricade. Ow! Jumping tombstone, that's incredible, on the barricade. With a piece of the barricade. That was crazy. Shit. This is violent. Not even in Philly. Oh, we get that. Alright. So the War Dogs come out and the Bang Bang Gang save it. Alright, then we get a video for the TNT title between Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey. That's happening tonight. Then we get what's coming up on Dynamite, and I guess Collision next week. Well, this week, really. Alright, then we find out from Tony Baloney that the TBS Women's title is now going to be decided in a Survival of the Fittest match. Six-woman elimination match taking place on July the 1st. Dynamite. qualifying match will take place in the next coming weeks. Interesting. So, we have a little bit of Ring of Honor coming into AEW, Survival of the Fittest. Nice. So even though Shivani said fitness, what's wrong with you, Shivani? Stop drinking wine with Britt Baker and stop acting like a moron. So we got that. Alright, then we get to the Don Callis family against Jimmy Wild and Tommy Mars. Sounds like rejects from Motley Crue. Tommy, don't call him Mick Mars. Maybe it's Mick Mars' lost son, Tommy Mars, and Jimmy Wild, probably, Zach Wild's, different spelling, of course. Zach Wild's freaking, lost son. So it's Brian Cage and the returning Jake Doyle. I forgot he came back on Collision last week, on Wednesday night. Beat the fuck out of him. I think it was the Conglomeration. They beat him up. Alright, Rouge somehow survived all that. It's going up top. And he hits back, goes for a drop kick. Max avoided it. Roll through into the Salt of the Earth. I think he's going for the Salt of the Earth. Yeah, he's holding in that arm. And Rouge is about to tap. Yeah, he's about to tap. Is he? Is he? No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. And he's like, ah! He's like, fuck USA Battle! And then Mac's like, you're fucking shit! And Rouge just passed out. So Max retains the title via pass out. So, good match though. This was good. I was surprised. I didn't think it was going to be this good, but it was pretty damn good. Max somehow survives. And now we'll see who he gets next. Maybe it's Andrade. Might be Ocean Spray. He's going to be the winner at Forbidden Door, obviously. There's a lot of people saying that Kenny might get a title shot at Redemption, and then either might beat Max at Redemption, and then face Ocean Spray at who's most likely going to win the Owen Hart tournament. Face Max or Kenny in his home country of England. Win. Obviously, he's going to win. It would be stupid for him to lose there. So, he's going to win, get the world title for the first time, and then see how long he holds that belt. That's that, but it was a good match with Max and Rouge. And Max retains by making Rouge basically pass out. Now he's going for a belt shot. Who's coming out? Who's this? Oh, Mark Briscoe's coming out for the save. He ducks a belt shot. Mark's going for the J-Driller. Max gets out of it, kicks him in the balls. Oh, jeez. Kicks Mark in his huevos. Then he holds out the belt. Well, Mark is still down, I thought he was going to come back and do something, but... And now who? And then the Conglomeration now coming out. Max is limping his way out the fucking ring. So, Roddy Ishii... Ishii's there, interesting. So, Roddy Ishii and Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly, they all come out for the save. So, it looks like we might get Max and Mark Briscoe, I think, round 2 or 3. They have fought before, so we'll see what happens with that. And that's it, so... Dynamite's been pretty wild so far. We had that interaction early on in the show with Max slapping Rouge before their match, which started the show. And pretty much the first half hour has just been crazy. The match went, 20-some-odd minutes? Almost 30 minutes? 25 minutes about? And Mark Briscoe is going to be in action, so he's going to stay in the ring and take on Gozer the Gozerian. Oh, shit. Oh. Can only get weird. You got 2 weird fucks in the ring. You got Mark, who's a crazy fuck, and you got Leo Rush doing his Gozer the Gozerian gimmick. Go places, ah! And then Mark's like, ah! Crazy, what is this? Alright, so anyway, Brian Cage and Jake Doyle beat the crap out of Jimmy Wild and Tommy Mars with the Juta and a sit-up powerbomb 1, 2, 3 squash match. And then Takeshita comes out after the match for the main event as he defends the Intercontinental title against the dancing fool Danny Garcia. And Jake Doe and Brian Cage have to be held back by Don Callis before the match. So we'll get to the match. This was great. Marina Shafir's on commentary. I never heard her do commentary. And then Siobhan's like, you just gave your headset to a crazy woman, talking to Nigel McGuinness. It's not that crazy, But anyway. Alright, so this was a good match. 16 and a half minutes. Takeshita wins the match, retains the title with Raging Fire. That was a good match. And then after the match, even Moxley was at ringside, appreciated the match. The Don Callis family come out to jump Takeshita. Moxley gets off commentary to help, but Shane Taylor Promotions come out to jump him. And then the conglomeration come out to get in on this madness. And then even Nigel McGuinness gets in a fight with the Captain Shawn Dean. It's crazy at the end of freaking Collision this past Saturday. And then Speedball Mike Bailey comes in, and all the good guys clear the ring. And then Takeshita, says, Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Says, he seems to nod a thank you to Mox. Shows respect to Danny Garcia. Code of honor, nice. And it looked like, so the ending felt like, the last episode of Rampage where everybody just came out and then the lights go off because, Mox is like, fuck Rampage, Rampage is done, just turn the lights off in the Hammerstein Ballroom, and I was there for that. It was like, what the hell is going on? They're still fighting. I can see everybody fighting, and the lights are going off in the freaking Hammerstein Ballroom. You're like, who didn't pay the bill? Shit. I miss Rampage. Rampage was good. Some episodes were very shitty, but there have been episodes of Rampage that were epic. The first couple episodes when Punk debuted and everything. The last episode I thought was pretty damn good. Yeah. What could have been? We don't even need fucking Collision. Just have Rampage on Saturday night. I'm just saying. We move on. Alright, so Marks is in the ring, even, kind of sort of getting his balls back together. And he's going to be taking on, who's he taking? I forget who he's taking on. I lost my train of thought. Oh, he's taking on Leo Rush. I forgot. Gozer the Gazarian. And now, the conglomeration are leaving. Well, sort of leaving. What's Orange Cassidy doing? What's going on? What's wrong with him? Oh, we got the music of Gozer the Gazarian. He's coming out. And Orange Cassidy, he takes his freaking shades off. And he's like, oh shit! I gotta run! Here comes Gozer. And legit, freaking Orange Cassidy is freaking scared of him. I'm like, how can you be scared of this guy? I know he's got a weird fucking Gozer the Gazarian, Precious from the Lord of the Rings type gimmick. What's it called? Dark Heart gimmick. And Orange Cassidy is like freaking scared. And then they're all running him back. Run away! I'm like, okay, this is freaking nuts. Alright, so we got that. The black goose coming out of his mouth like he's freaking the octopus. Jordan Grace's, husband. You know who he is. I forget who he is. Huh. Well, we got that. Because he did that gimmick. Yeah. Alright, so, anyway, Collision, I thought was pretty good. So, Dynamite, 7.5 out of 10 stars. Collision, meh. Night 1 of Collision on Wednesday night, I gave that 6 out of 10. It was just meh. The main event was good, and then the live Collision on this past Saturday, 7 out of 10 stars. So, pretty good overall 3 shows for Dynamite. So, that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm gonna go watch the rest of Dynamite. We've got about an hour and a half left. I'm gonna come back later on here on the channel with your NXT review, and then we'll talk about Dynamite. Probably late tomorrow because I'll be out most of the day tomorrow because I do got some errands to run. And that's pretty much it. So I will be back later tonight with your NXT review, and then we'll talk about Dynamite tomorrow. Get ready for TNA, and then get ready for the first official weekend of June. And should be a hot one, but it's gonna be steamy and raining, thunder, lightning, Satan, Gozer Gazarian might come out. I don't know. So we got that. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, if you're not down with all of that, well, I'm sorry, but we got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, until next time. Peace, motherfuckers!